Hey y'all, it's Kim from Kim Dixon Creative, and I'm here today for TLC Designs. I'm going to be using TLC Designs Celebrate Border Dies, the Alicorn Happiness stamp set, and Sweetest Cake digital papers. I'm going to do a little twist with that Celebrate Border die. So I'm going to use a little bit of paper from that paper pack. I've already colored up a couple of those alicorns from the stamp set. And I've taken some glitter gold cardstock that I have, and I've cut the border die out. I'm just going to use my little pokey tool here and poke out the all of the little pieces in that border. I really need one of those little brush tools if I'm going to continue doing this. That was a little time consuming, but I cut a lot of it out. But it was totally worth it. I want to trim this down, so I'm going to take about 1/4 of an inch off the bottom of what I cut out. I want it to fit a little bit closer to the bottom of my cardstock. I've got an A2 card here, and I'm going to score it in the middle at 4 1/4 and make a top folding card. So I'm going to temporarily tape that gold border on the top of my card. It is not going to stay on the top of my card. I just want to be able to place that border, the outline border, exactly to where it would go across the top of that gold cardstock. That gold cardstock is going to end up on the inside flap of my card. I want the top of my card to have the exact border so that when it opens and closes, it has the outline of that Celebrate Border die. So I have taken it over to my die cutting machine and cut it out. And I'm going to trim some of those little edges. I got some schmutz somewhere probably on one of my cutting plates, but my little mono sand eraser took care of it. I'm going to just trim some of these longer edges down, especially on these corners, because that's just going to serve to snag on the envelope or something. I'm going to pull my little gold glitter border through my Xyron sticker maker and just burnish that down well. You could easily put glue on the back, but I'm lazy. This makes it a lot easier. And so then I'm going to adhere that to the bottom of the inside of my card. I'm going to tape this top down a little bit so that I know I'm getting exactly where I want it. That purple tape is definitely my friend making this card. My pink cardstock is just from my stash, my solid cardstock. And so I'm just going to adhere that down and carefully take off my tape and then flip it over and just trim off my edges. I got it a little bit lower than I wanted it in one area of it, so I'm going to trim that off. I think going through my die machine may have stretched that gold glitter cardstock a little bit. I'm going to put this in my paper trimmer, and just some of those skinnier little legs that hang down I'm going to cut off just to make it a little bit easier to open and close. So I've chosen this gorgeous plaid cardstock from the Sweetest Cake digital papers to go on the front of my card, and I cut it wrong to start with. I measured it to get a good border. The way I cut it was about 2 1/8 inch, and the first time, or 2 3/8 inch. I messed up again. It was 2 3/8 inch inches, and the first time I cut it 2 1/8. But I got it right, and luckily it's digital paper, so if I run out I can print some more. So I'm taking my little Alicorn images, and I've got my memento marker and went around the edges, and now I've got my clear Wink of Stella because they're Alicorns, they need to shimmer, right? And so I'm making their manes and their tails have some shimmer on them. My granddaughter is going to be beside herself when she sees this. She loves My Little Pony and has very much educated her Grammy on what alicorns are versus what a unicorn is. So I want my little alicorns to be on wobblers, so I've got my little wobbler, and I'm running some glue on that as well. I've had some issues with these particular wobblers. I just like it to, I like to know that it's going to stick. And I'm also doing this in a very precarious way. Don't do as I do, do as I say. Don't put this together like this on top of your card. I mean, that's just waiting for me to drop a big blob of glue or something on the front of my card that I've already worked so hard to get done. Luckily, I didn't make a mess, but I very well could have. So I've got my little alicorns on there on their little wobblers, and I think I need some gold up there at the top. So I have these little sequins in my stash, and I'm going to put some little gold sequin dots around just to give it some shimmer, because I don't want the only shimmer to be there at the bottom. I'm just using my pickup, my little jewel picker and my craft pick to get those down, and it really sets the front of my card off, so much so that I feel like I need something on the inside. So I'm going to end up taking a strip of this pink plaid that I have left over here, and I'm going to trim a little piece of it down to about 1/2 inch, and then just cut the end on a slant and glue that little strip to the inside of my card, just to bring the plaid to the inside as well. I do like decorating the insides of my cards. So I'm going to glue that down at the top of the inside of my card, and then I decide I need more glitter. I have a little glitter there on my desk, and I thought, well, I'll pick that up, and then I thought, oh, 2's not enough. So I'm going to put my little dots of glitter here. They're little sequins. I think they turned out really cute. This card, I will have to say, is probably one of my favorites that I've ever done. I love the way that the alicorns wiggle on their wobblers, and I love the way that border ended up working. I thought it would work that way. The minute I got this die, I've been thinking about how to do this, and it turned out really good. I really appreciate you stopping by today. If this video has brought value to you, please give it a thumbs up. Comment on the video. Tell me what you like about the card. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, bye.